He cook a chicken, no seasoning.
No seasoning?
He be dabbing for no reason.
That dance is old.
It's me and my white friend.
It is.
He white, he just light skin.
Okay.
He send the pics when we ballin'.
He do.
I do.
Police come around, he gon' do the talk.
I will.
Stalling in his credit score, awesome.
It's pretty good.
Nah, for real, he got like a 720. Me and my white friend. Me and my white friend. Me and my white friend. Me and my white friend.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy, Reggie Regg. How y'all doing today? Give it up for my main man, my white friend, Marv to my left. How you doing today, Marv?
Oh, hey. Hey.
I was trying to give you a round of applause, but he's so happy, guys. He set up this beat for us to come on after the beat, so he just so giddy about it, man. It took us about 20 minutes. I'm gonna have to put it on the website so y'all can see. It took us about 20 minutes to get it right, but it sounded good. It sounded good. How y'all doing today, man? It's your boy Reggie Regg. Again, we got Marv to my left, and we are me and my white friend. Today we have a pretty good subject. Marv, what we talking about today, Marv?
Legalize it.
Boom, 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 boom.
Don't criticize it.
Boom, boom. Okay, Marv.
Feel your bows now.
All right.
Feel your blunts now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Marv.
Smoke it, light it.
Marv, we only got...
Feel your lungs.
We only got 20
with
minutes.
it.
We only got 20 minutes, man.
What?
Let it go. We only got 20 minutes.
Okay,
man.
all right.
We only got 20 minutes.
All right.
Yeah, legalize it. Should marijuana, a.k.a. weed, a.k.a. Mary Jane, a.k.a. flower, a.k.a. the morning sun,
should
it be legalized? Oh, okay. I know how you feel, Marv. Okay. All right. Well, let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Let's just start from the beginning. Marv, are you a marijuana smoker, or do you believe in smoking? Was that a part of your?
Do I believe in smoking? That's funny. That's rich. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, the answer is yeah, I do. I do believe in it.
Okay, so we got a smoker.
I mean, I do smoke. I've been smoking. The first time I tried marijuana, Mary Jane, the flower, the kush, the sticky eggy.
Right. Hold up. Before you go, let me go ahead and say this. Keep your story. Mama, all right, Mom, my aunties.
Oh, yes.
All the ones that be up in the church. Everybody, this is a disclaimer. Little kids and cousins, y'all need to go ahead and get off of this particular podcast. If you are not, right, you just push next. You don't have to not listen at all. Or if you are watching on YouTube, you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Just click to the next video. If this is something that you are not a part of, you know what I'm saying? We about to talk about expanding our minds in a earthly manner.
Yes. In an educational manner too.
So, and education, yeah, we're gonna educate you a little bit on this thing that we call marijuana. But all right, continue. My first time. What are you talking about? Time.
First time I was 17 years old in high school.
Okay.
And I went to the middle college. One of the two middle colleges at the time, and yeah, I graduated. Well, I'm not gonna say when I graduated. I don't want to give my age away. But it was a little bit ago, you know. So, but I went over to my buddy's house, and because we were gonna start a band, I was the drummer. So I took my drum set over to his shed, over to his house, set it up in his shed, and he pulled out this little, joint looking thing.
So was it a whole joint, or are we talking?
I think maybe just a quarter of a little clip.
Some he had already been.
What was left?
He already had a little one-on-one with Mary, so he was like, "Yo, I want you to meet my bitch."
Right. So, yeah, he pulled it out, he pulled a little joint out, and he was like, "You want to hit this?" I was like, "What?" He was like, "Weed." I was like, "Okay."
So at that point, right? What did you feel peer pressure? Like, what was going through your mind? Because if you're 17, you had 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You had all this time to smoke. Why
now, here's
at
the
that
thing.
day with that guy with that little piece?
Okay, here's the thing. Let me explain my marijuana history. Okay, when I was in the 9th and 10th grade in high school, there was these guys in my neighborhood, and they would get off of school, and do smoke weed,
Right?
and then and then this other crowd that I was hanging out with, a few of those guys would hotbox in the car.
Okay,
and this was like when I was 13, 14, 15.
Right. So then you never did.
I never did it. I went to church every Sunday. I was active in church.
Just wasn't a thing that you were into.
And then I went home. I did my homework. I played outside. It just wasn't
you
my
were
thing.
acting too, right? You were in like acting.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I was in
So you were
plays
you
in
were an
school.
active, good kid. You just
Right.
So at this time, now you're 17 in the garage. What was it? What was going through your mind?
What was going through my mind was that high school was very rough for me as far as my headspace. My I had three grandparents pass away. When I was around 16 years old.
That's tough.
That within that year and a half. And so, and then I felt like the school that I attended, back home it was big. There was like I don't know, thousands and thousands of kids there. I didn't do well in that environment. I like smaller class sizes, personalized attention. That's just the way I learned, or the way I learned back then in school.
Right.
I didn't feel like the teachers helped me.
So are you saying you were stressed out at this particular time?
I was stressed out.
I
was going through a transition. I just switched schools, and
okay,
and I guess part of it was. The majority of why I did it was curiosity. I was curious.
Okay.
I said, okay, I'll try this. This is something new.
Okay. All right. So
new.
You bust your cherry with Mary.
Right.
You hit the blunt. How was the first high?
Oh my God. It was amazing. It was amazing. It really was.
You give it.
Right. So check this out. So how about
That's
this?
kind of horrible though. Like we're cheering that because like they say.
Oh yeah, I went through the DARE program. Did you go through the DARE program?
I mean, DARE was like required,
right?
When I was in school, and it's like that's almost like it sounds like
kids don't do drugs.
Like crack addicts like. Chasing that first high, like you remember your first high, man.
No, but
I
listen,
that first high, man.
But listen, we went to McDonald's, and
food tastes better.
It was my turn to order, and I looked at the person, right? I looked at the server, the McDonald's server, and I busted out laughing for a good 3 minutes.
Geeking. Just tweaking.
I could not order my food to save my life. Man. I was that high. And so then my buddy Byron, who's been on the show before.
Yes, he helped us out.
Right?
Yes.
He lives in Colorado now, no surprise. But him and I in high school, we started smoking weed, and we thought it was the greatest thing. It was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Right.
Smoking weed. We would actually take empty toilet paper rolls, cut holes in them, or paper towel rolls, cut holes in them, put aluminum foil, poke holes.
Oh man, y'all made
like
the
a whole
toilet.
Setup,
Yeah, the toilet bomb.
Right,
the tissue bomb.
Right,
oh, man.
and we hit that.
So you said so after that it was a wrap. So you saying after that first time you're smoking in your school and
after that first time I didn't do it for a little bit. And then, I did it occasionally, and then it kind of, when I hit 18, I graduated high school, after that, it was an everyday basis. I've been smoking since I was on a consistent basis since I was 18, 19 years old, and I have now. I'm sure they suspected. This. I'm sorry, I can't cut that out. So this grocery store that I worked at, I'm sure that they suspected that I came into work high a few times. In the radio, and then the other job that we worked for, that we left to come here to California, I lied to them about how much I smoked. And so I was like, because they would ask me on air, like, oh, how much do you smoke? I'm like, man, it's been a good month since I've hit the Mary Jane. It's I would go on there and say this. It's been about a month or 2 or 3. Knowing damn well what the last the previous night.
As soon as 5 o'clock hit.
As soon as that damn I was out the door, I got home. I hit my bowl, and it was good.
I'll say for me, my history with Mary. I was very similar to you as far as
Mary
being under. As far as in school and middle school and high school and stuff, I was an athlete. You know what I'm saying? I was an athlete, so I didn't really deal with the weed. Like I had cousins that was getting it like 11, 12, 13. It was around like friends. Now I did
that brick shitty weed. You remember that weed back in the day?
Yeah, that Reggie, yeah.
Remember remember what are those blunts called? That came in like orange grape and strawberry chocolate.
I'm not sure.
Oh shit. What is that?
I don't know. Ma, you good for bringing us some shit and never know the answer. Never know what it is. Well, anyways, I was an athlete, so I didn't smoke, you know what I'm saying? I didn't deal with it. Nothing like that. Now, college comes around, I did play a little college basketball, you know what I'm saying? It was D3. I dabbled, you know what I'm saying? I was like running JV and shit. You know what I mean? But summertime hit, and we partying a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, college, And, the people, I was kicking with in college, these are new friends, you know what I mean? They're not neighborhood friends. They're not like the boys, they new friends. And some of them dabble, they smoke. And I'm like, I'm not getting high with y'all. I don't know y'all. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know y'all like that, to be smoking with people like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, if I'm smoking, I'm going to smoke with the boys. Right. You know what I'm saying? My boys back home. So, the first time we was at my homeboy's crib, basically all of us real novice, because we didn't, we were all very active during school, but we was like, man, we gonna get high tonight, man. So, we gonna get high tonight. So we hit up one of our homegirls' boyfriends, because he was from up north and he was selling. So we bought like a gram. I remember we bought like a dime. It was a dime bag. It cost like $10. So it was probably definitely some Reggie. And we put everything that we bought, we put it all in one blunt.
So how much did you put in the blunt? Like a...
It had, I want to say it was a gram. Like, I think they gave us like a $10 gram. So that definitely some Reggie. We put the whole, whole thing
we
in
used to
there.
Do that. Oh, by the way, Philly blunts.
Phillies, yeah, the Philly, yeah, I know what you're talking about the Phillies.
The brick weed with all the seeds in it.
Yeah, it was so long, man. The Dutchess was so big.
I have not smoked. It's been a long time since I've smoked weed and had to pick seeds out.
Oh yeah. That's not even in my near thought or long term.
I'll tell you what.
That's why I didn't know what you're talking about when you said Phillies. It's been so long.
I'll tell you
Phillies.
What. So when I was back home,
Marv, let me finish my story, Marv. Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry.
Can I get a story in?
Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, back to the first time I got high.
Yes.
It was with my boys. Marv has people who just listening. He has bad attention. He's over here jittering. You're going to see him on camera. You're going to see him because he's already, let's cut. This is why we have to smoke, ladies and gentlemen, because I got to calm my friend down. I'm going to light one in the middle of my story so we can calm Marv down because he's hype. He's hype. When we talk about Mary, he gets excited like he's cheesing.
Just get on with the story.
So
no, I want to hear it.
So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out the boys who it was. It was me, you know, of course, my main man Trav, you know what I'm saying, who's in season 1. He punched Marv, don't say the N-word. Classic episode. Go check it out. Episode 2
on YouTube.
And then we was with my boy Randall, you know what I'm saying? And so we smoked. He had like a little, I don't remember the brand. I want to say it was like a Echo, you know what I'm saying? A little small green car at the time Trav had, you know, like manual shift. So we got in there, windows all the way up, hot boxed it, didn't even know, just dumb as hell. We gonna smoke in the car. Man, you talking about high? I mean, like my perception of sight was off. Like if I was sitting beside you, it looked like your knee was like right in front of my face, and then it'll go back, and then right in front of my face, and I was like, hold up. I didn't know this mess with your sight. You know I was like, I didn't know this mess with your sight, and it sounded like all my thoughts were so loud. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like everything was an echo. I was like, is that me thinking? Is that me thinking? Wait.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that is me. Oh shit, that is me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm laughing at myself, and they're like, what you laughing at? And then of course we all start laughing to the point where, you know, like your stomach hurts.
Right.
And the
where
cheeks,
your side hurts, your ribs
the stomach,
hurt.
it's like, shut up. It's like, shut up. I'm gonna die laughing.
All right.
And so I mean, after you have an experience like that, you can't let that bitch go. You can't let Mary go. You gotta give it up. You know what I'm saying? From that day forward, Mary, you know what I'm saying? We've had a pretty good relationship. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't say that, you know, because they say marijuana is a gateway drug, you know, and, you know, honestly, it probably is. Honestly, it probably is. I don't buy it. I think it comes. Not buy it. No, I think it comes down to the person, though. Like, right. You know, if marijuana is your first drug and you start doing research, you know, you know, people say getting into that, it could definitely open the floodgates to a whole bunch of shit. Let's just be real.
I mean, here's the thing. I've tried multiple drugs before, but I have the type of personality, and I know this within myself. I know that I can do it one time. That's it.
Right.
Now, nothing hard. You know what I'm saying? No heroin, meth, crack, nothing like that. That's crazy.
Right.
You know, I'm talking like shrooms.
It's nothing hard. It's soft. You know, shit like that.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but a little.
Chill. Let's stay on today's subject.
Right.
This is marijuana. Okay. So, should it be legalized? All right. Let's right now, if we go down to the statistics, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wikipedia. Shout out to Esquire.com. You know, that's where I got some of my statistics from. There are 11 states that, plus DC. I love how they word that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have to have some law talk soon one day when we talk about this. 11 states plus DC with legal recreational weed.
Right, that DC thing is bullshit because I went up to DC and tried to buy some, and
what happened?
They didn't allow me to buy any because I was from out of state.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow! So you have to be what?
DC resident.
DC resident. Right. So like no Maryland, Baltimore, nobody outside of there can purchase
unless you have a medical card.
Okay. Cool. So the 11 states that has legal recreational weed, we're talking about Alaska, California, Colorado, the District of Columbia, Illinois, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Nevada, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. Living the good life.
Everybody on the West Coast.
Yeah, everybody. The West Coast is capitalizing on it. And I mean, what do you feel, Marv? Like, far as like, let's get to like the things that matter, right? Like health benefits, right? Let's think about economic growth. You know, job creation.
Well, here's the thing.
What can you? How do you feel about that?
Number one, the government's going to get a hell of a lot of money from taxes. What you do is you take that tax money, you turn around and you fix your roads. You put it into the education system. You help people that are in need. You know, maybe with mental illness. You know, maybe open up some centers for those folks right there. Secondly, everyone that just has a marijuana charge that is in jail or incarcerated need to be released immediately.
Well, that was something that we were going to talk about. I believe that marijuana has been the removal of cannabis from Schedule 1 of the Controlled Substance Act. Most tightly restricted categories are the drugs that no currently accepted medical. Yeah, so it was removed, right? I want to say it was 2002. Basically, related clinical studies. I'm not sure. Now I feel like Marv right now. I'm lost in the wind. Look, Marv's loving it. Marv's loving it. But no, I agree with you on that.
And then also the health benefits, because it has been said and it has been studied that marijuana can help with cancer. Marijuana is said to help people with cancer.
Yep.
With appetite, nausea.
I got
help people with epilepsy.
I got a relief of chronic pain. Improves lung capacity. Helps weight loss. Regulate and prevents diabetes. Can fight cancer.
There's a lot of positives to marijuana.
Helps treat depression. Shows promise in autism treatment. Right. Can regulate seizures. Can mend bones. All right. Helps with ADHD. That's why I always give it to Marv. Treat glaucoma.
I like how you slip that in there.
Alleviate anxiety. Slow development of Alzheimer's disease. I never heard that. That's amazing. Deal with pain linked to arthritis. Helps with PTSD syndrome.
Wow, yeah.
And
a lot of
inflammatory
benefits.
bowel disease. It goes on. Helps with alcoholism. It goes on and on and on. And to me, I feel like because there's still states that it's outlawed all medical and recreational still. And I mean, I think that we're at a time with technology and the way everything is progressing in a faster rate. I mean, as a country, I think we have to get on the same page about certain things. And I think marijuana and even other drugs, like there's probably other drugs that, I may not even use, that may not even be that big of a deal. But,
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever smoked marijuana and gone out to a bar or out in public and fought somebody?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Have I ever smoked so much marijuana and died? No.
No.
Can you drink too much alcohol?
Have you smoked so much that you had marijuana poisoning?
No.
Okay.
You'll go to sleep.
Right.
Those are certain things. You'll go to sleep. If you're that high. But
yeah. Now, one thing I will have to say is I don't think that people should be driving or operating machinery.
Okay.
With smoking marijuana. I think that's
Okay.
it should be reserved, in my opinion, for people that are 21 and up.
Okay, so
they're legal adults.
Yeah, functioning like
that have a
like
house, that
alcohol.
have a car, that pay taxes. Not saying that. I mean, I know that some 18 and 19-year-olds pay taxes, but 21.
I mean, I'll say 18, because 18 you're graduating, you're going to college. So now I gotta be on the college dorm looking over my back. It's like, nah.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
They can smoke a cigarette. They can smoke a blunt.
Well, I think that should be left up to the universities. If the universities are like, as long as you stay within the campus,
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
smoke your weed.
okay, that's where we go back to this. We're talking about the whole making this thing legal, right? Should it be legal or not? So if
but within
there
that,
can be if it's legal, is it then can we ban it off campus like alcohol? Like alcohol is legal, but there are alcohol free campuses, so it'll have to just be a marijuana free campus.
right.
Right. Okay. So I can see that. I can see
that's
that.
the discretion of the university. But here's the thing. Here's another argument is that you're 18 years old. You fight for your country. You should be able to drink a beer, smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, that goes back. That goes back to the '60s, Vietnam War, and
this and that.
back in the day.
But do you think that 18-year-olds are mature enough?
Yes, I do.
To handle all that.
Yes. Were you not at 18? Like, think about it. What you were doing at 18, like.
I was fucking off at 18.
Yeah, like you got. I'll put it like this. Like I seen a lot of people. And let me see about the white culture that I saw. A lot of y'all were doing college shit in high school. The ones that I went to, like they were having keg parties. We were like in some of them in middle school, like they were having like
I don't know about middle school.
Yeah, high school parties. Like I remember going to like certain parties like 13, like some of these rich kids that went to my school, and it was like huge party. Parents. I've heard that. Yeah. Nowhere to be found. Now maybe they're in the den or in their winery somewhere chilling, getting drunk themselves. But like a whole lot of freedom. And then high school, they're having like college parties, keg parties, and drinking, and some of them doing coke. You know what I mean? Like at a young age. So it's like, 18. Yeah, you're definitely mature enough. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think again, like you did. You started late. Like
yeah. But here's the thing: alcohol is the legal age to buy alcohol is 21. So,
but people start drinking at 14, 15, 16, 17,
so
18.
You think that we should push back the legal age to drink to 14?
No. This is what I say. I'm saying 18. Cause I mean, why is it okay? Cause when can they buy tobacco? 21?
18.
Well,
I think it's 21 now. Sorry, it was.
Is it 21?
Yeah. It is 21 now. Yep.
Well,
it is no longer 18.
If it's all 21 across the board, make it 21. But right. I say 18 because I remember how I was and the people around me was, what people have went through, and like I'm talking, all races. I'm not just like, oh, the blacks around. No, it's like everybody. I remember how people were. I remember growing up. So it's like, yeah, people are like 18. Now you're still kind of young. You kind of think everything, but people, they're already drinking.
Right.
At 18, they already drinking. If they haven't got high, they may just be starting, so that's good. They starting late, but it's it's gonna come around regardless. You know what I mean?
So when you have kids, you're gonna allow them and their friends to party at your house.
So this is something that I've actually been thinking about. Like one of my favorite movies. I may have you sit down and watch it, but it's kind of it's a black classic. It's called East Bayou, right? And
I have not heard of it. I'm
not surprised. I said it's a black classic.
Listen,
no.
You ain't gonna do that to me.
Look,
Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
Friday.
Okay.
Next Friday.
Shut the hell up.
Hold on. Who's the guy with the tall fro?
You got to give me. Look, you going for it?
Oh no, that's Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Animal
See what
House.
happens?
Animal Party.
What?
No.
Just you better stop.
Hold
It's
on.
bad, man. Just stop. It's House Party, damn it.
House Party.
Kid and Play.
Kid and Play. That's it.
Damn. Just I'll be trying to tell you when to
Kid
stop.
and-
Nah, you want to prove your blackness. You want to prove your
Kid
damn
and Play.
blackness.
Listen, I knew it. Kid and Play and House Party.
And then he sits back and toes the blunt like he did something. That was 3 movies, right? 3. Come on, man. Look, all right. Ease by You. Ease by You. Basically, the plot is, it's like a New Orleans back in like the 20s, 30s, you know, and the family like they have like kind of the aunts, the women can kind of like see the future sometimes. They have dreams and kind of see when danger's coming,
Right.
whatever. But basically, relating to the drinking, they were like the opening scene is like a house party, right? People over, and the parents actually like let the kids drink a little champagne. You know what I mean? Like they let the kids drink a little champagne, and even when I see afterwards, like the end of the night, the mother came to the door. She was like, "Are you drunk?" You know. And she was like, no. She was like, yeah, barely sober or something like that. And but it to me, it has me thinking like this. Again, I don't have children of my own yet, but you know, I'm thinking like my ideology really is like I would rather, you know what I'm saying, if you start with me. I may let you sample at the age maybe 13 when I know you'll be around high school people who did it or whatever. So you know your limit at the house.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like we sipping, let them sip. Okay, I know how you look when you drunk. And then maybe we got the relationship enough as well. Like, yo, okay, if you drinking tonight, if you don't have a DD, I will come get y'all.
Right.
Type shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
you know, so that's why I say, will I? Maybe, but again, I don't have a wife, so my wife's like, hell nah, you ain't, you know, so you never know. But in my ideology, that's what I would kind of work that in like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if think about it, like, you know, I have friends who parents would let us, you know, send drinking, but I think they had the same mindset, like, okay, we know where they at, you know, who knows? They might have called my parents like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You never know.
I've known kids. I went to school and or church, and you know, I had friends that they were, you know, basically everything but locked up, you know, in high school, middle school, high school, and you can't do this, and you can't do that.
Right.
And their parents were very strict. And then after high school, once they left for college, buck wild.
Right, yeah.
Buck wild.
Yeah.
I mean, like a damn stallion coming out of the gates.
Yeah. I think
like a bull coming out of the gates. Just you know.
Maybe this is another. We'll jot this down as another podcast. Maybe like, you know, freedom for kids, or like how much freedom do you let kids have growing up or something. Because I agree with that. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, myself, I was kind of balanced. You know, my folks, I guess they felt I was responsible enough, so I did like get to make things happen and like go to spring break and stuff like that early. So when you see spring break in college or other stuff later, it's like it's kind of the same thing, just a little bit bigger. So you don't have to do nothing out of yourself to feel like you got to prove yourself to somebody or you ain't never did, you know, stuff like that. So.
And as a father, myself, you know, as a father, I have almost a 2-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm trying to enjoy her at this age. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm trying to enjoy her at, you know, being 1.5, 2 years old. Mm-hmm. So I'm really not thinking into the future too much. Now I could sit here all day and say I'm gonna go get an AK-47. I'll be goddamn 16-year-old boy comes over my house. I'm going right.
But it's gonna happen.
Show my guns and polish the gun in front of him. You know, and tell him You be back by 10 o'clock or, you know.
So, question, because
old Bessie's coming out.
You sound like you've been thinking about that for a while.
I have. Yeah.
Question. All right.
So it's like my little girl.
Yeah, you have a 2-year-old daughter. You have a 2-year-old daughter, right? So, what age do you let her smoke weed? What age do you?
Well, at the same time, I have thought about this too, because you have to think about it. That thinking of, oh, I'm gonna get my AK-47 and fucking blow this guy's brains out. You know, that is your emotions talking. That's your emotional side taking over. Whereas you have to look at the other side, which is reality. You have to say she is her own person, and yes, I'm enjoying my time with her when she's 2 years old. But as she gets to 5 years old and she goes to school, when she gets to 10 years old, you know, when she becomes a teenager at 13, I know, as knowing myself, that I will grow with her in those stages and understand the things that she's going through in those particular stages. So that being said, when she does get to 13's a little young for me, I have to be honest with you. 13, 14, 15.
So what do you say to her about it?
Yeah, right. So here's the thing. You have to be honest with your kids too, okay? You have to be honest with them their whole life. I think honesty wins every time. For most things, you know, discussions with the wife, you know, you don't want to be telling your kids everything. Anyways, you know, but 16, you know, if we're having dinner, you know, and you know, grandma's, you know, Grammy's over and Nana and Papa are over and Auntie and Uncle Denny are over and everybody's having a glass of wine. Okay, you can have a little sip of wine. Okay, a little half glass.
Okay, so you think 16 you don't mind
a little half glass.
Okay.
You ain't going out of the house tonight. And if you do, someone's driving you around. You're not driving.
No, this is what I'm talking about. The bud, though. Mary Jane. What is the conversation?
Oh, Mary Jane?
Yeah.
No, be honest and say, just explain
Daddy, kids at my school are like they had went under the. We was at the game. And there was a lot of kids, and like all the kids, like they went back there under the bleachers, and one of the kids had I think they call it weed.
Well, Vivi, see, darling, sweetheart, what weed is a natural plant that grows out of the ground, and there's really nothing wrong with it. So yeah, I would explain.
Yo, that's
exactly what I'm gonna say.
So okay. So and then how do you follow up? I'm laughing at you because next football game, she's gonna like, okay, I'm gonna go down there.
Yeah.
This is one where you got to defer to wifey. That's why you got a wife. That's
hold up. What time is it?
Yes.
Hold up. Hold up. We got.
Hey, honey.
Hey, Ash. This is you're on the phone with Reg and myself.
Hey, Ash. We're live right now.
We're on our podcast right now, and So we have a question for you. I have to defer this question to you. We're talking
he was
about
stuck, Ash. We're talking the subject today is marijuana and should it be legalized, right?
And we both say yes.
Of course we say yes. You already know that. But we were talking about. He was talking about when Vivi, young Vivi comes of age now. She's like 13, right?
Princess Vivi,
Princess Vivi,
my beautiful daughter,
comes home and she says the kids at the football game were smoking under the bleachers. Right. I didn't take it, but what is weed? What do you say?
I would just be honest with her and tell her what it is.
Which is?
A medicinal herb that people can smoke.
So it's okay if I smoke it at the game, Mommy?
No.
So
Why?
So now we're both stuck. Oh, Vivian, no, you can't.
Not till you're 21, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. That's the legal age.
That's the legal age.
That, and also I would feel more comfortable if it was being done in my house and I could supervise versus it being done under the school bleachers at school.
See, Ash, look what you got you a good one. We just talked about that.
Right.
We just talked about that.
Right.
That's man.
I mean, that is part of being honest with her. Is saying, okay, if you're gonna do it, then we'll do. Mommy, mom and I will do it with you.
You need to be responsible about it.
It's exactly what we said earlier. We were talking about basically the same thing. Like, would you allow your kids to drink or smoke weed? And it's like, if they do, again, I would far as drinking, like you said, if we're having a family party and they're going to maybe give a little 13. Sample.
I said 13 was too young for me. 13, 14, 15, hell no, you ain't getting shit.
Well, I would say the movie was 13. The movie was 13. But again, I remember kids drinking in middle school. Now, it's too early, but
now I remember
kind of exactly what Ash said. I would prefer that, okay, they're in the house, they know what it is, like you said, as far as drinking, okay, if you're drinking now, I know you know how to drink, you've been around us, if anything happens, call, I will be the DD, or make sure one of your friends are. If you don't feel comfortable, call me. Now, as far as weed, that's a little different. It's a little different, but it's kind of not, because I've seen like some kids I grew up with, they started smoking early, right? Mm-hmm. But they got burnt out early. Like, they don't even fuck with it no more at all, because it's just like, I did that already, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Right. So it's like, it could go both ways. It could go both ways. Ashley.
Right.
Yeah.
You're a genius. I loved your answer. I'm going to go ahead and let you know. We already know that, though. We already know that. You already know that.
I mean, I don't condone underage drinking. I don't think alcohol is positive. I don't think that you can compare the two together. Alcohol is not natural. Weed is. So, I mean, I would prefer for her to not do either of them before she's old enough to understand the magnitude of doing them. But at the end of the day, if you restrict your children too much, that's what makes them rebel and makes them want to do what you don't want them to.
That's what I said.
Education is important, and us taking the responsibility to educate her, to prepare her for what's to come. It kind of takes the hype down and, lets the ball be in her court to decide, well, do I really want to do this, or maybe I can hold off and wait to do it.
Right. I like it.
So.
I like it. You got your good one, Marv. You got your good one.
Well said, baby. Well said.
Well,
I'm glad that you're the mother of my child.
Everybody.
I mean, my parents never restricted me, to the point where, like, I felt the need to do stuff like that. I chose for myself to have no desire to do those things when I was, under 21. And so it wasn't until I was in my early 20s that I even tried marijuana for the first time. And I honestly don't like to smoke it, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't condone other people to do it. I understand the beauty of it and the benefit of it. So I'd rather eat edibles because I like them better. So it's all about education.
Powerful.
I'm glad that you're the mother of our child.
Right. We're going to close on that. And let's give it up, everybody. Let's give it up for First Lady. Thank you, Ash, for stopping in on the show and giving us your opinion. And we want to thank everybody for listening to another episode of Me and My White Friend. It's obvious that everybody on this panel said legalize it. It's Me and My White Friend. Go check us out. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all podcast platforms. Go to the website, www.meandmywhitefriend.com. We're everywhere, man. Me and my white friend. Come on. You know what the fuck it is, Me and My White Friend. Give it up. Reggie Regg and Marv.